Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? I really think PK knows exactly what he's doing with Dorit and Kyle. He is so messy. This is what you call messy. Because there ain't no reason why a man should even be trying to be friends with his best friend's wife who he's divorcing. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyle and PK needed to have a real conversation. Hey, Carlos King, and just say, I know you're going through a time, I'm going through a time. We'll just be cordial, cute, whatever, keep it on the surface, woo, 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 whatever, just whatever. But, this is a tough situation. I will say what you want. This is my opinion. We'll get into it. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me again. I review your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki, ha ha, and go back and forth and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 8, A Perfect Storm Out. And do we like the title of this episode, besties? No, but we get it. It's about Kyle. But besties, how would you rate this week's episode? Uh, it was okay. It was cool. It was okay. It seemed like Dorit and Kyle will be able to talk now since Kyle cried and stormed out, a perfect storm out. And Doritos in. So drop down in the comments and let me know what you think, besties. You may not agree with me and I may not agree with you, but at the end of the day, we are besties and we are going to respect each other's opinions. Because what? At the end of the day, this is just a reality show. We don't know these people and they don't know us. Okay? So don't forget to like this video. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on. When I come a ringing, ding dong, please answer. And that way you'll know each and every time I post my content. Now, the episode starts where Bose is hosting a sisterhood. She got the idea from Sutton. Let's do it. It's a Serenity soiree. Serenity, my butt. But anyway, she calls Dorit to tell her what Garcelle said when she came by. Production said it was 3 days ago. Garcelle came by. Remember, they had filmed this last week. And, there was more to the text messages than friendly memes. Erica told Dorit minutes ago that Kyle read her the text that she sent to PK, and Erica said that it was nothing inappropriate because it really wasn't. And just like what is being displayed right now, two people are seeing it two different ways. Interpretation, right? Kyle shows the message to the girls without Dorit or Bowles around, and Bowles doesn't know why she couldn't show that text to her when she came by to visit or share it with Dorit. Kyle calls her sister Kathy. Excuse me. Kathy is in Italy, honey, chilling, living her best life, loving that little Italian sun shining all over her. And she tells her what's going on between her and Dorit. And Kathy tells Kyle, don't let it ruin your day. And so Kyle says, yes, I just don't want to bring her, she can't bring her misery to me. Right, because you have your own, Kyle. And Dorit is not even acknowledging this. Oh, bestie, that water felt so good going down. I might need some more. Hold on. So over at Bose's house, she's getting things ready. Well, her staff is, honey, she got a lady doing the flowers. She has a chef making a 14-course meal. 14 courses? These women together ain't even 200 pounds. What is in a 14-course meal, honey? I want to know. So her assistant is getting the robes and the slippers together, trying to place them. And then she's gonna have a crew of men come over for massages, and they will be outside in the backyard. It's June 14th, 2024, because I looked at the date when she showed the invitation. And she calls this a time of healing. So, in the car ride over, Garcelle Sutton and Jennifer Tilly are discussing Kyle's text to PK. Jennifer Tilly wasn't there, so she's trying to get the tea on what's going on. And did you guys really like her hair? You could tell she had just got a fresh color and a cut. She looked very youthful. Whoever did your hair, Jennifer, stay with them. Book your next appointment, okay? So, she wasn't at Chuck E. Cheese. So she's like, okay, so what now? What happened? What about a text? And so they're talking about, oh, it was, they just sharing memes. She called them memes. And Sutton says because she's from Canada, she's Canadian. So they say things a little differently, tomato, tomato. So production does a flashback where Kyle tells PK that she knows he has lots of friends. She's one of his friends, and she would never repeat what he said. Okay, so in Dorit's confessional, she don't give a F about Kyle or whatever she gonna be on today when she get over to Bose's house, because she just feels like she should be leading by example, since she always preaching that everyone should be honest and keep it real. Okay. So Dorit walks in, everyone's there, and she says hi to everybody, even Kyle. She gave Kyle her own personal hello. Hello, Kyle. Then, she says hi. Kyle is on that. I'm just going to ignore her tip, right? So she sits down next to Kyle. And so she asks, oh, is that your, it was a pretty purple slip dress, right? And she's wearing it with her, honey, her yellow Birkin. Okay. So she sits down. And so Dorit asks Kyle, oh, are these your comfy clothes? And everybody looking like, And I think it was Garcelle that said, oh, here we go. Oh no, was it Erica? It was somebody. Here we go. So in Dorit's confessional, she says the dress looks like it's from 2004. And so being that it's old, that is probably worn and very comfortable by now. In Kyle's confessional, she says yes, her dress is comfy because she's not bored like who has to act like she's in a fashion show every day. So all the ladies have arrived, and Bose shares her idea on what this soiree is about. So she says since her fibroid surgery, she's been at home healing. So she thought that they all could get together and heal together, because this is drama for her. She's like, wow, these girls be going in. So Jennifer Tilly lets out a humongous laugh. She is cute. That tickled her. That tickled her. Heal together. That tickled her. So they go into the kitchen after they get robed up and got their fuzzy slippers on and all that, and they meet the chef. Erica, honey, and Garcelle are flirting with him, letting him know that they all are single except for Bose. And baby, he's cute and they single, and Erica got her tongue out, and Garcelle over there speaking French because she knows how to speak French. Sutton is like, oh goodness. So then they go into the backyard and they're greeted by all these beautiful African American men, honey. They are from Manly Hands. They are a massage company. Child, Garcelle knew two of the fellas. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's been a long time. You look good. Thank you. Hey, how are you? Okay. And so Kyle was like, Oh, I guess Garcelle is the number one customer. And in Garcelle's confessional, she says, honey, those hands have been all over her. So Garcelle is relaxed, honey. She is laid out, eyes closed, getting ready. The guy is spraying her toes with something, some kind of mist, you know. Here comes Dorit. And then Garcelle says in her confessional, why is she here? Because it ain't her turn. You know, I guess it wasn't enough men for all the women. So Dorit brings up to Garcelle, you know, the time that they were at the Viper Room when Garcelle asked her how was she doing, and you know, Dorit was asking her, did she really mean it? And she was like, well, yeah, that's why I'm asking. So Dorit kind of poured her heart out to her right then and there, and she was just telling her that she's lost. And Garcelle tells her, you know, I'm sorry that you're going through this, you know. And so she said, I'm sad for you because Garcelle's been through a divorce also, and she knows how all this feels. So she offers her some insight, you know, and Dorit continues talking about their bumps in the road and how she wasn't hearing Garcelle, and she apologized and took full accountability. And that's all Garcelle wanted. So now, what I think is Dorit is trying to get her an alliance built, you know, because Erica is in the middle and she don't have nobody else, right? Because Sutton ain't here for her. She has Bowles, but she's trying to build her an alliance. She need more than just Bowles. She needs some more people. So Bowles asked Kyle, you know, about the infamous text, and she asked why didn't she read it to her when she was over at her house? You know, when she was over there comparing flower arrangements between hers and Dorit's. And I still said Dorit's was better, Kyle. um Kyle tells her what she said. You know, I'm gonna try to remember what I said. So she got it verbatim, you know, the whole I think I just said it just now. The whole I'm your friend, you got friends, I won't tell nobody, blah 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 blah. You just send me memes and I'll reply with emojis. We're gonna keep it like that. And I think that's responsible. Let me get some water. I think that is responsible for someone who is friends with both. Sutton comes over, jumps in like she always do, like this is a game of double dutch. She just jump on in and she tells Kyle, well, you said more than that. Kyle tells her, you can't do that. Like you're making it seem weird. Like back up and stop putting your 2 cents in, you know? And so then Bose asks her, well, read the text to her. And I'm like, why to you? Don't you mean she should read the text to Dorit? Why do you want her to read it to you? Well, maybe that's what she meant. But she said, read it to, no, she said to me. And I'm like, she just told you what she thought she said. Just, you got to go with that, girl. But I get it. You riding for Dorit. But I think she should be telling it to Dorit. She should read the text to Dorit, not to you, Bose. So Kyle feels, you know, insulted by Bose, and I don't blame her. You know, who are you? Like, you just got here. You don't know us. Just like Sutton said, get to know all of us. You know, you're just going off of what Dorit has told you. Sutton says, you are the one who pulled out your phone. We didn't ask you to read them text messages. And Erica says, no, no, let's not do that. And so Kyle refuses to keep talking about it. And I understand. And she walks away. She said, I need a break. I need a moment. So she's full of emotion. She's a little teary eyed, whatever, you know. So Erica feels like Kyle has done nothing wrong by talking to her friend. And I agree. Dorit, you brought this ugly English man to me. Don't sit here and make it bigger than it is, honey. Don't sit here and make it bigger than it is. It's a mess, yes. But don't sit here and call me out on it because I ain't really. She don't care nothing about PK. Child, she's still trying to figure out how she can get her old man back. She ain't worried about you and your old funky old dude. So broke, man. He broke, ain't got nobody want him. Child, please look at PK and look at Mauricio, and then look at PK again, and look at Mauricio again, there's your answer. So you tripping off like like they said. The rumor is you was messing with Mauricio Dorit, and everybody keeps saying a hit dog will holler. Shoot, but Dorita's doing a whole bunch of barking. Shoot, Kyle is just reacting to Dorit. So Erica says, let's not do that. Kyle refuses to keep talking about it. She walks away. Erica feels like Kyle has done nothing wrong, by talking to her friend. I know, I just repeated that. I gotta keep going. Erica also says people can make it more than what it is. And I agree. And that's exactly what just happened with Bose. She like, oh no, it's more to it. Here comes Sutton. Oh, it's a lot more to it. It's like, calm down. You guys are assuming. And then Garcelle too. And so Doreen and Kyle needs to have this talk, not them. Because that's how things get worse. And it is getting worse because everybody is against Kyle. Erica goes after Kyle. She's crying because everyone thinks she did something wrong. So outside, everyone is talking about it without Dorit. So they're like, you did it, you didn't do that. I said, I don't know. They all got their little 2 cents. Kyle goes back outside. She's crying and tells him she's going to say something and then she's leaving. She tells Dorit, she comes back outside in the backyard and she tells Dorit, you know that I love you and PK and your kids. You know that. And she said, I know. And Dorit says, just read it. She's like, what? She said, just read the text. So she reads the text, and Kyle refers to not repeating anything in front of production. That is what she's referring to about I won't say anything I won't repeat anything you've told me. And so Kyle said, it's not about you, Dorit. And so she said, well, that's what it sounds like. And it does sound fishy. It does. It's like, well, what? It does sound fishy. Garcelle doesn't get it because she feels like she should have said, I won't say anything in front of production versus what Kyle said. Kyle missed the production word that would have made that, made sense. So Kyle also says she has to respond to PK because he gets mad if you don't respond to him. Well, girl, he just gonna have to get mad sometimes. You ain't here to appease him, or are you? let us know. So Bose still thinks Kyle is guilty. See what I'm saying? Sutton is over there rolling her eyes because she is just so over Kyle storming out, walking away because Kyle walks away again. But she leaving this time. She goes to the front of the house. Erica and Dorita following her, and Kyle is outside, and she goes really to the front of the house, and the rest of the group comes out. Jennifer Tilly is asking questions because she's so clueless, and she was getting on my nerves. Like, you just read the room and be quiet. At your age, you should be able to figure out what's going on, but that's okay. Erica's there to help you. She says, things have been building up, and Kyle has had enough, and I don't blame her. She's dealing with a broken marriage. Her life is in shambles. The group is messing with her. The group is against her. And Erica said, I would be like, F this place. And that's what I think the name of the episode should be called. F this place. Because that was funny to me. So Doreen and Kyle, they sit down outside in front of somebody's house. Maybe it was Bose's house or whatever. They sit outside to talk. They still got the robes on now. Hold on, y'all. They got the robes on. Okay, so Kyle tells Doreen, like, if she would have came to her and said cut ties with PK, she would have. Doreen in her confessional, she says a girl's girl would have known to cut him off automatically. And I disagree here because Doreen, you keep forgetting that Kyle and your husband, you keep calling him, they're friends too. It's easy when you're on the outside looking in. You brought your husband, Kyle just told you, and you know this, they're like sisters and brothers. Why would she need to cut off her friend? Because you're divorcing him and he's divorcing you. And, like, this is a tough situation. There should have been a discussion or a little understanding or whatever. And if you saw the previews, they actually talk at a beach. And Dorit asks exactly what she needs to ask. Who are you loyal to, me or him? But the thing is, Dorit, she can be both of your friends at the same time. She can. There just has to be boundaries. And, I don't believe Kyle is 100% telling the truth. It's a sticky situation. We'll move on and we'll get into that. It's a sticky situation. Okay, so um my thing is, you guys hadn't talked. Kyle and Doree haven't talked about this. And Kyle didn't know you would assume that she would just cut him off. You're assuming she would know. A girl's girl, well, the girl is his friend too. You keep forgetting that. So you want her to pick and choose. Well, you should have went to her and told her. Because I agree with Kyle with that. With you not saying anything, it makes me feel as if what I'm doing, that it's okay. Not you're okay with it, but it's okay because the understanding is he and I are like brothers and sisters. Get a life. So, that's just what Dorita's projecting is not the real world to me. They have a friendship. They've been friends for 10 years. Y'all husbands are besties. This is a tough situation because what you don't understand is Kyle and Mauricio are not on bad terms like you and PK. Y'all can't get along. Kyle and Mauricio are getting along. So, your world is just different than Kyle's, Dorit. And don't forget, just because they're cordial, she's still going through a tough time. Like yourself, Dorit. So Kyle says that she didn't know how bad things were between Dorit and PK. Dorit is sharing all the horrible things that PK has done to her and how he treats her. She told Kyle that she calls him a monster because, she said he gets drunk. Kyle says she don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And she always thought Dorit wore the pants in the relationship. And she says she cannot picture PK hollering and acting a fool with Dorit, but she can't, she's wondering if Dorit is taking advantage of this situation and painting a bad picture of PK. And then she's like, I haven't seen these sides of PK. And then she said, well, shoot, I ain't seen this side of Dorit either. Yeah, Kyle, it's kind of hectic, huh? Kyle says they both are going through hard times. They're in bad places and they just didn't handle these situations correct because they've never been divorced. They don't know what they're doing. Their all feelings are all over the place. And Dorita's not giving Kyle any grace. And Kyle is just, but she's done wrong. She feels Dorita's done her wrong. It's just a mess. So Dorita says her text doesn't feel right. The I will not repeat anything, that part. And she tells Kyle, if it wasn't about her, then she wouldn't have said that. What he shares with you, you won't share with me, is what you're saying. Well, no, Dorita, it's not about you. Yes, it is. He doesn't share y'all relationship with me. Yes, he does. Doreen was like, he sure does. He shares everything with everybody. He talks about me to everybody. And so Kyle says in the 10 years they've been friends, they have talked about Lisa Vanderpump, Lisa Rinna, Camille, Adrian, Taylor, Kim, Kathy, the dog, the horse, the cat. Okay. Dorit ain't buying none of it. She knows how close they are. She says, Mo and PK will go have dinner. PK will go over to the house afterwards. she knows that PK would see Kyle, like she would be right there, and PK would be telling them about Dorit, and Kyle will be telling PK about her issues with Dorit. Okay, so she know they talking about her because she be at the house and her ears be itching. Okay, y'all know that fable. When your left ear is itching, that means somebody talking about you. So Doreen does not believe Kyle, and she says she lying through her teeth, and she could be. She's in a tough situation. Kyle could be lying and telling the truth at the same time. As far as I'm concerned, it could be a little truth, a little lie. Of course she's gonna cover herself. She don't want you to keep being mad at her, but she feels like she can handle both of y'all as friends. As long as she can handle it and there's boundaries set, it is what it is, Dorit. But she ain't trying to be his buddy. She going through drama herself. She ain't got time to be PK's crutch. She just said he got a whole bunch of friends. Hello, ain't nobody talking about that part of the text. Whew. So in Kyle's confession, I think that was it. I got a little smidget more of my water. I'm doing good with drinking my water today. So in Kyle's confession, she says Dorit has everyone talking about this instead of how she wasn't a good friend to her. And she says, "Good old Dorit." So Kyle leaves for real. Her car come and get her. She leaves in the robe with her beautiful purple slip dress in her arms. Dorit goes back to the ladies in the backyard, and they all like, "Well, how was it?" I think that was Garcelle, because Garcelle always want to know how was it. Kyle was very, very upset. She wishes they could really like rise above all of this, and just have a real conversation. And you will, Dorit. You will. Next week's episode. You guys will be talking at the beach. Can't wait to see it. Erica feels that Kyle is misunderstood. Bose feels that Erica should be on their side riding for Dorit. Like, Bose looks at this conflict. She says Dorit is in conflict with Sutton, Garcelle, and Kyle. And she says the common denominator is you, Dorit. Dorit call her a B-I-T. She was like, beep, Bia, what? Sutton says, they are to be continued, but they will be okay. And Dorit was like, and Sutton said, this is a good start for us. Dorit says she agreed. And then she was like, oh, this food is really good. Erica was like, girl, did you respond? She said, yes, I said I agree. She said, all I heard you say was that the food was good. She said she agrees with Sutton, okay? So the next day, honey, over at Kyle's house, it is Portia's 16th birthday. Child. So Portia's birthday is on June 15th because they was at Bow's on the 14th. So June 15th is Portia's birthday, honey. And all the daughters and sisters are there, all the sisters are there. Kyle's daughter. She has 4 daughters. The oldest one is not Mauricio's, but the last 3 are. They're there. Mauricio comes, him and Kyle hug, kiss, say honey. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I just almost wanted to cry. Like, why can't they just get together? Like, okay, you guys separated. Stay together. Oh, I don't want them to break up. Are they really divorced? Besties, do you know? Can you drop down in the comments and let me know? Well, anyway, Mauricio is excited because about the upcoming trip. Him and Portia are leaving the next week. They're going to Europe, honey. He might go to Spain or this other place I never heard of before. Then Mauricio tells him, let's come outside with me. They all go outside. Child, two of the sisters are recording her. Child, he surprised her. He surprised Portia with a Porsche. A Porsche for a Porsche. Child, it was a black little SUV with a big old red bow. And so Kyle just reminisces about the family she has built. She loves this family. She came from a divorced family. You know, she says they're all still family. It's just not the same. And it's very strange. Yeah, I know, Kyle. I'm even sad for you because it's just sad. I'm just like, y'all can't work it out now. Can y'all just sit down and have a talk? Can we talk? Tell them kids to go for a ride and y'all go in there and talk. So over at the beach house, Sutton comes over to visit Garcelle. She brings her dog, and Garcelle has her dog, and the dogs get to play. So they sit down and honey, Sutton gets right to it, honey. She says she does not appreciate Kyle getting up, walking out, storming out on them, and she thinks she's above them. Her son said, I'm going to talk to her about it. And then Garcelle was like, yeah, she was shaming us all out the front, talking about we ought to be ashamed for what we doing and all this. His son says, she's not bowing down to Kyle. She gonna talk to her. I said, okay, Miss Big Bad. Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see. I want to see this. Next week gonna be good. So then Dorit and Erica, they are over at a spa, honey, because they were like, they didn't get to relax at Bo's house. And they gonna try this, they gonna do this over. So they booked a massage. I was gonna say a couples massage, but they did a massage together, same room, same time. So afterwards, and I just love how the girls are on camera with no makeup on. And Erica, she looks very different without her makeup on. Looks very, not ugly, but just very different. And Dorit doesn't look bad without makeup. Not to say that Erica does, but she just looks very different. Almost kind of ghost like. Yeah, but no problem. She's still a cute lady. Dorit says Kyle's explanation of the text was a cop out. Erica was like, what? She said, it was about me. Erica says, it's presumed that it's about you. And she's like, what? You don't believe it? Come on now. You're smarter than that. She said, no, I need some more proof. Dorit says she don't. Erica tried to explain to her that the text could be read two different ways. And so in Erica's confessional, she says she has learned a thing or two about being married over 20 years to a trial attorney. She said Kyle's message sounds suspicious. She's not gonna front on that. And I agree. But she says, so what? That's her friend. You know what I'm saying? That's her friend, and she gonna stick beside her until she gets more info. Dorit tells E she needs to protect Kyle. Are you afraid of her? You don't seem like you're scared of people, but maybe she's scared of Kyle. Erica just kept saying that she did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong. Erica says she's bowing out. She ain't finna be in the middle of this. She can't, she gonna bow out so that they can work this out on their own. She was tired of being in the middle. She's good. Dorit asks, well, if she knows what Dorit is saying is true, will she be okay with it? And Erica thought about it for a minute, and Erica said no. And the episode ended right there. So I mean, what you gonna do now, Dorit? You gonna prove that Kyle is lying? I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Dorit? What are you gonna do, Dorit? Well, this was a good episode. Did I rate the episode? I'm not sure if I did. I can't give it like an 8, 9, or a 10. But I guess being that they're talking, they okay. I do got to give it something good because Sutton. Okay, no, I do because I like resolve, so I do like that. Dorit did resolve with Garcelle, and then Sutton was trying to resolve with Dorit, and Dorit and Kyle are working towards resolve. So and I like that Dorit and Erica had a real conversation. I liked that, but I don't like, oh, yeah, okay. Okay, 7.5. I just don't want to say an 8, but I'll give it a 7.8, 7.9, but I can't give it an 8. Okay, it can get an 8. I don't know. 7.5, that's it. 7.5, besties. I will see you on the next review. Have a good night. Bye, besties.